Hey guys, welcome to the What If Toph Became the Avatar video series. This is a series where I do a retelling of the Avatar The Last Airbender story, but instead of Aang being the Avatar, in this story it is Toph. Can Toph save the world the same way Aang did, or will she fail miserably? This is the fourth part of the series, and in my opinion, the best one. If you haven't seen part 1, 2, or 3, I would highly recommend that you either go back and watch part 1, or you can start the series off from part 2 and watch the recap of part 1. Or, if you just don't care, you can start from here. Honestly, do whatever you want, it's up to you. Let's get into the battle. The chief of the Northern Water Tribe announced that they will go into battle, and Sokka volunteers for the same mission he did in the original storyline. The Fire Nation attacked the Northern Water Tribe the same way they did in the original series, except this time, instead of Zhao leading the attack, it is Azula and Zuko. Now, if we go back and look at the Siege of the North episode in Avatar The Last Airbender, we learn that a big reason for why Team Avatar got the win was because Aang merged with the Ocean Spirit in the Avatar state and took out a whole battalion of Fire Nation ships. The reason he could do that is because, firstly, Aang is very spiritual because he was an airbender. The second reason is because Zhao killed the Moon Spirit. In this situation, Toph would not merge with the Ocean Spirit because she's not as spiritual as Aang, and I don't think Azula would be stupid enough to kill the Moon Spirit like Zhao was. So the Northern Water Tribe is going to have a very difficult time against the Fire Nation. But hey, the good news is that Yue won't have to sacrifice herself to become the Moon Spirit. So if you're a fan of the Sokka and Yue relationship, then you're in luck because that could happen. I've always preferred the Sokka and Suki relationship though. But anyways, that's irrelevant. I'm not going to spend my time developing romantic relationships in this story. I'll leave that up to your imagination. The only thing that can't happen is Aang and Katara, because Aang died in this story. But Katara could end up with Haru or even Zuko if you're one of those Zutara people. The only thing I won't allow is Toph and Sokka. That shit is weird. Anyways, I'm getting off track. The Fire Nation army attacked the Northern Water Tribe with cannonballs just like in the original series. Although Zuko is supposed to be co-leading with Azula, he actually has a plan to capture the Avatar. Pretty much, he's going to do the same thing he did in the original series. He's going to use the Fire Nation attack as a distraction, then sneak inside and try to capture Toph. "Where's my brother?" asks Azula to a Fire Nation soldier. "I have no idea, Princess Azula. He was on board a minute ago." He must be trying to capture the Avatar on his own. What an idiot. He's never going to be able to do it alone. In the meantime, the chief of the Northern Water Tribe tells the team about the mission of sneaking onto the Fire Nation ships. Sokka advises him against this, however, stating that the leader Azula was smart enough to spot the imposters. "We should try to come up with a different strategy," advises Sokka. "Is there any way we can get an advantage in this fight?" "Well, during the nighttime, the water bending is stronger because of the moon," answers the Northern Water Tribe chief. "Okay, then we gotta find a way to delay the Fire Nation's attack somehow. Master Paku and other expert waterbenders should try freezing the ships at the front. That way we can at least slow them down for a little." The Northern Water Tribe chief notices that Sokka is quite intelligent and decides to make him the battle strategist. Toph, Katara, and Che are on their own Fire Nation ship, attempting to take out some of the enemy forces. Katara creates an ice pathway to an opposing ship, and Toph and Che cross that pathway to attack their enemies. The first thing they do is that Che throws a smoke bomb in the middle, blinding everyone. Through metal bending, Toph defeats the enemies on board. They then move on to the next ship. Paku and the other waterbenders begin freezing the Fire Nation ships in the front, delaying the attack. "These attacks are so pointless," states Mei. "Yeah, I know, right?" laughs Ty Lee. "We clearly have more firepower than them. We are bound to win." Azula is visibly upset. "They are not trying to defeat us right now," states Azula. "They are just trying to delay us until nighttime, when the moon comes out. And based on the way things are going now, they are going to pull it off." Toph, Katara, Che, Paku, and the rest of the waterbenders retreat as soon as they immobilize the first row of ships. "Hopefully that was enough to slow them down," states Paku. "Whoever is planning all this is a good strategist, but we still have the strength in numbers," smiles Azula. "Plus, the Avatar will be weaker in this environment, since she won't be able to earthbend inside. The plan is to use the small ships we have got on board and go towards the Northern Water Tribe. Most of the soldiers from each ship will do the same. However, a few of them will stay back to keep firing the cannonballs at the Northern Water Tribe to keep them occupied and allow us to enter with little resistance. If we move quickly, we can win, but if it becomes nighttime, we lose. There are small Fire Nation boats coming towards us, Sokka, yells Katara. Azula's smart, responds Sokka. Still, we managed to delay them and make our job a little easier. Unfortunately, we are still at a huge disadvantage right now. We may have the home field advantage, but they have an overwhelming numbers advantage. Not only did they have more soldiers to begin with, but also a lot of our soldiers are busy protecting the outside from enemy fire. Plus, we have to worry about protecting civilians. We have 3 hours till the sun sets. If we can make it that long, we have won. The enemies are here, exclaims a Northern Water Troop soldier. It's time to fight with everything we got, announces the Northern Water Tribe chief. The real battle commences. Meanwhile, Zuko is still hiding and waiting for the right time to pounce to attack Toph. Since the whole battle is centered around capturing Toph, Sokka and the Northern Water Tribe chief decide the best course of action is to keep her hidden. Toph objects because she wants to fight, but Sokka strongly advises against this. After a while of arguing, Toph finally agrees. Katara and Che join Toph for backup. Zuko sneaks around and follows Toph to the room and figures out where they are keeping her hidden. With Toph's new enhanced hearing ability, she would be able to sense Zuko normally, but because there is a battle raging on, there are a lot of noises, so it would be hard for Toph to discern what is going on. Zuko analyzes the situation and realizes that although he would want to, he can't defeat the Avatar, Katara, and Che all at once. He doesn't want to, but unfortunately realizes that he will need Azula's help. So let's analyze the battlefield for a second. Pretty much, in terms of noteworthy characters, the Fire Nation has Azula, Ty Lee, and Mai fighting. Zuko is not fighting at this current point in time. The Northern Water Tribe really only have Pakku, because Sokka is the battle strategist, and Toph, Katara, and Che are not fighting. So out of the 4 big characters that are fighting, Pakku is definitely the strongest, especially in this environment, but the Northern Water Tribe only have him. The Fire Nation, however, have Azula, Mai, and Ty Lee. The Water Tribe may have the home turf advantage, but the Fire Nation has an overwhelming numbers advantage. Based on these factors, although it would be an extremely close fight, the Fire Nation have the advantage. You also have to remember that the Fire Nation are still breaking down the outside of the Northern Water Tribe. Plus, the Northern Water Tribe have to worry about protecting the civilians. Although they have a much better chance than they did before, the Water Tribe are still getting pounded. After Zuko finds out the location of Toph, he runs out and takes out some of the fodder Water Tribe soldiers. He then finds Azula, who is currently fighting enemies. Zuko joins in to help her. "So nice of you to be here, Zuzu," says Azula. "I know where the Avatar is, but I'm going to need your help to capture her. I know exactly how to get there undetected. We just need an opening," explains Zuko. "I got this." Azula creates a fire sphere around Zuko and herself. The waterbenders hit it, but it explodes like how it did in this scene. This action gives both Zuko and Azula time to escape. Zuko takes Azula to where Toph and the gang are hiding. Azula knows that if she attacks Toph first, she would just sense it and block it. So Azula decides that she and Zuko should attack Che and Katara instead of the Avatar, and then focus solely on the Avatar. The two of them blast their fire jabs. Now that their attacks are close enough, Toph is able to sense it clearly. "Katara! Che!" yells Toph. Katara blocks the fire with her water bending, but Che is hit and goes down. "Che!" yells Katara. It is now a 2v2. Zuko fights against Katara, and Azula fights against Toph. Now, Toph is much stronger than she was when she fought Azula the first time, so she should win this battle. Unfortunately, however, Toph is fighting in the Northern Water Tribe, where everything is made out of ice and water, so she literally can't earthbend at all. Obviously, Earth is her best element, so she's going to be at a huge disadvantage. Toph is a great firebender, but Azula is much better than her, since, like Toph, Azula is a firebending prodigy, but Azula started learning firebending much earlier than Toph did. Waterbending is Toph's weakest element, but she relies on this bending form more because there is an ample supply of water. Now let's look at Zuko versus Katara. They already fought each other in the Siege of the North episode. At that point in time, they were evenly matched. When the sun was out, Zuko would win, but when the moon was out, Katara would win. The difference is that this time, Katara is more experienced than she was in that episode, because she got more time to train in this storyline. But the thing is that Zuko is also stronger, since he also had more time. Katara's learning rate is quicker than Zuko's, but the sun is still out, so Zuko would have the advantage there. In this situation, the fight would be too close to call, so I think they would be fairly evenly matched. And even if you think one is stronger than the other, the fight would still not be decided early, and it could go on for a while. End of series Katara in Avatar The Last Airbender would be end of series Zuko, but remember, Katara doesn't have as much experience as she did at the end of Avatar The Last Airbender. So the fights continue. Toph is essentially just making ice walls in an attempt to block the fire attacks. Toph knows that she is going to get worn out at some point, so she starts mixing in some fire attacks with water to throw off Azula's rhythm. Unfortunately for Toph, it is not working, and Azula is skillfully avoiding all of Toph's attacks. Toph is getting overwhelmed, and a fire jab eventually gets through Toph's ice walls, and Toph is hit. Katara and Zuko are fighting against each other, and it's neck and neck at this point. Katara sees Toph is hit and tries going over there and helping her. Azula anticipates this and hits Katara. Katara partially blocks it with her water, but still gets hit. Not this time, smiles Azula. Now it's time to kill the Avatar. Katara yells at Toph, telling her to wake up. Azula walks towards Toph, ready to kill her. Toph's eyes light up. She's entering the Avatar state. Azula is pushed back and starts charging up her lightning. Before she can fire it, through some miracle, Che manages to get up and throw a smoke bomb in front of Azula's face, impairing her vision. Zuko realizes that Azula is in trouble and that Toph could attack him next, so he decides to run away since the smoke bomb gave him some cover. Azula fires her lightning but misses the target because she can't see. Toph then creates a water tornado similar to Aang in this scene. She then creates a gigantic ice prison, 3 times the size of Katara's in this scene. Azula is frozen and cannot move. Toph collapses and struggles to get back on her feet after exiting the Avatar state. "I've got some bad news, sir," says Sokka. "What is it?" questions the Northern Water Tribe chief. "If we keep fighting, we can delay the battle into the night, where we have an advantage. The issue is that if we do that, by my predictions, most of our men will be dead before that happens. And then the innocent civilians will be more at risk. Well, why don't we just surrender and sneak the Avatar out of here before they can capture her?" "I've already thought of that, sir. Somehow some annoying dude with an ugly scar that keeps following us around managed to figure out where the Avatar is hiding. That's why you see the battleground shifting closer and closer to their area. There's no way that we can sneak her out undetected. And even if we do, the whole Water Tribe will be in danger. I'm not sure what to do." "I have to turn myself in," announces Toph. "Toph, what are you saying?" yells Sokka. "Look, Katara, Che, and I talked this over. At this point, it's inevitable that I get caught. Either a bunch of people die for me, or we reduce the number of casualties. If you die, there's no way we can win the war. This is the only way. You guys know about the Day of Black Sun. That's your chance to kill the Fire Lord. Don't miss it." Toph solemnly carries the white flag, signifying that the Northern Water Tribe has surrendered. Zuko, who is now the sole leader, takes Toph in custody, and the Fire Nation leave the battleground. They also take Princess Azula and try to defrost her body. The Avatar has been captured. Anyways, guys, that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Based on the feedback I've gotten, I can tell a lot of people are enjoying this series, which is really great because I really enjoyed making it. It's crazy because I had like 5 subscribers before I started the series, and now I'm almost at 80, which I know isn't a lot compared to people with like millions of subscribers, but I don't care because it's a lot to me, so thank you. Even after this series is over, I'm going to keep doing Avatar videos and different Avatar what-ifs. My channel is not solely dedicated to Avatar content, but don't worry because there will always be Avatar content on this channel since it is one of my favorite series. I've already gotten some pretty good video ideas from people in the comments, but if you have any other video suggestions, please let me know. So part 5 of this series will come out in a little bit, but it is going to take longer because I'm pretty busy the whole of next week, so I won't be able to work on it that much. But don't worry, I'll get part 5 out as soon as I can. Anyways, guys, I'll see you later.